What's going on, dudes? Nick here, or RGA Gaming, and welcome to a very special video. Today, guys, we're going to be checking out the top 10 most downloaded texture packs in Minecraft 1.10. Make sure as you're watching this to let me know which of these texture packs was your favorite, and if you didn't see your favorite texture pack, leave a comment below telling me what your favorite texture pack is. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please, guys, leave a like. We hit over 500 on the last video we did like this, so thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. You're crazy. I have no idea how the heck you managed to do that, but you did. Let's see if we can do it again this episode. I think we could do it. What do you guys think? Do you think we could hit it? All right, guys, starting off in the number 10 slot. Now, technically, this one is number 11, but there were two texture packs that are basically the same, and that one we'll get to in a bit, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. But this is technically, for this, it is going to be our number 10 texture pack. So you can see a lot of the textures on here look pretty cool. They're very smooth and cartoony. Everything, you could easily tell by looking at that that's iron and that's lapis. And a lot of the blocks look exactly kind of like you'd expect them to. The diamond looks kind of cool. Looks kind of like some of the chiseled stone blocks. But look at the little faces on the pumpkins and jack-o'-lantern. That's pretty cool. This almost looks stock, though. I'm surprised that that doesn't have a texture on it. That is really weird that they didn't texture glowstone. Huh. That's weird. Anyways, you can see some of the cracked bricks. That actually looks really cool. The bricks look like actual bricks, which is nice. And look at that. The mycelium is giving off a little bit of stank there. You can see the stank particles coming up. But you got the watermelon. The wood kind of looks cool. You got the little nails on the edge of every board. It would have been cool if they, like, staggered them. So put, like, an edge here and then ran right to the edge with them so that the planks would all be, like, staggered every row. But, I mean, it looks cool the way it does. I think it looks nice. And more this way, you can see there's a lot of different stuff. Some of this stuff, obviously, must not be updated to 1.9, because you can see some of these textures here are very generic looking. You can tell that they are not covered. So, looking on the site now, it does say that it supports 1.11, but I wouldn't say it's fully developed, because there's a lot of stuff here that looks pretty standard. Not really sure. Not all of it. Like this thing, look at the detail on there. You got this little saw, hammer. You can easily tell what's on there. The ladder looks really cool. The furnace looks pretty sweet. Got the iron bars. The iron bars actually look really cool. Look how cool that looks. That's actually pretty sweet. Those are what I would expect iron bars to look like. The chest definitely looks pretty cool. Note block, or jukebox, not too much change in that. Ender chest. Yeah, some of these just look pretty stock. I wonder if they just picked and chose which ones that they wanted to change. Either that or they put very little detail into it. But overall, I'd say this one looks pretty cool. Let's get into some more of this style stuff. The heads, obviously, they can't do too much with those. But very cool. It looks like they did a lot of the wood and the stone textures. A lot of the stuff that's probably more common. The chests, the gates, the doors. Wow, actually, look at the doors. At least these two here look awesome. So yeah, this must be an old texture pack that they never fully updated to a lot of the new textures. So you can see those doors there are all pretty standard, and this here is pretty unique. This actually looks really cool. I really like those doors there. So it says it supports 1.11, but as you can see, I don't really think it does. They didn't change the armor or anything on it. They just changed probably a lot of the most common stuff. And look how happy those little dispensers look. All right, now this next texture pack here is Dramatic Skies. As you can see, the skies definitely are dramatic. Look at those clouds there compared to the normal Minecraft clouds. Now that looks pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and time set night. And oh yeah, look at that. That looks really cool. Let's go even further. Let's go 16,000. Oh my god, yeah. Now that is some cool dramatic skies. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so not bad. That's actually, oops, let's go 6,000. So yeah, those skies definitely look pretty cool. Overall, the textures, I don't think they actually touched any of the textures from what I could see. I think it's just the sky effects. So I'm not seeing anything here that looks like it's out of place. So yeah, okay. So that one, it says it supports a 1.9. I am running 1.10 right now, and it's still working. So I mean, it does support 1.10. But those skies are just really, really cool. That is pretty awesome. Now this, guys, might look a little familiar. This is the R3D CRAFT, or the main texture pack that I use pretty much all the time. It stands for Realism 3D. And this is the 128 texture pack. They also have a 64, which, like I said, would have been the number 9 slot and kind of bumped everything else around. But since it took up number 9 or number 10 and number 8, I figured, you know what, I'm just going to drop the number 10 and replace it with a different one. But as you can see, this is the one you've seen in all of my videos pretty much. It's very, very detailed. That's one of the main reasons why I like this one, because it makes everything look so real. There's so much detail in all these blocks. Now, there are a few of them that aren't fully updated, but overall, a good majority of this stuff is updated. So it does say it supports 1.10, which is what I'm running. And like I said, most of the blocks have been updated. There are a few that probably have not, especially some of the newest stuff out there. But overall, it looks pretty cool. One thing you'll notice is that all the banners are the same color. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, that's the only thing that seems to do that. All the doors have a lot of extra detail and stuff added to them. They don't look crappy at all. You can see it's like nice smoothness to them all. So the armor doesn't change. Nothing else really changes. Just the blocks and a lot of the stuff like that gets a lot of extra detail. So it's definitely one of my, if not my, favorite texture pack. But on this list, it comes in at number 8, which means the rest are just going to get better. So keep watching, guys. You don't want to miss any of these. In the number 7 slot, guys, we've got an awesome-looking one here. It's the Real Nature Resource Pack. And from the looks of it, it looks like they actually went around and took real pictures of nature and then used it to create these different textures. Because some of this stuff is just really cool. Look at the chiseled sandstone. It's got like real hieroglyphics and stuff in there. The wood definitely looks real. Like, look at those rings on those logs. If they didn't make that by hand, I guess they could have, but a lot of detail went into that. A lot of detail in this. So this is like a super specialized texture pack. They've got lots of tiny little detail. Now, you can see a lot of these blocks don't have textures to them, but the ones that do, oh my god, this is just really cool. I'm surprised this one's in number 7. It's probably in number 7 because it's outdated. They haven't updated it to 1.9 or 1.10 or even a 1.11 or anything yet. But for all the blocks that they did hit, it looks pretty sick. Even the glass, look at that. They got the nice black edge around it. That actually adds a really nice effect. It's a simple thing to do, but it adds a really nice effect. Now, look at that. Danger, explosive contents. It's a TNT box. Actual little sticks of dynamite. Really, really cool stuff. The doors, they didn't really touch. The armor doesn't look like they really touched much. But like I said, I guess this was more of a nature pack. You can see it's got some really cool water details, lava details. But just some of these blocks back here, just so cool. I like this one a lot. All right, guys, in the number 6 slot, we've got Equanimity. And this one supports 1.10. And as you can see, guys, this one has a very whimsical look to it. Very bold and bright and bouncy looking details. Everything looks very soft and padded and is kind of cartoonish in a way. This kind of looks like something you'd see if you were watching a cartoon. So this one definitely looks cool. Lots of nice color usage here. Attention to detail, like the diamonds actually being a diamond shape and little pieces of redstone in there. Looking awesome. The jack-o'-lantern and the pumpkin look pretty evil. And what is that one? Netherrack. Wow, that actually looks really cool. And the glass, they got a nice little edge around there. And the wood, they got these little planks that go across the whole board. Kind of would have been cool if they would have staggered that. I'm surprised more resource packs don't do that. Put a full board and then a half board ending there, so when you put them side by side, they'd kind of plug together. But, oh well, I mean, that's just my opinion. Anyways, look at the hay. The hay looks pretty crazy. Hey, guys. But the hay, this is probably my favorite hay texture I've seen. Normally, they look pretty crappy. That one looks really, really cool. Not too much going on with the flowers. Got some cool detail with them. Same more glass here. They follow the same theme for iron bars. Lots of little detail. Very whimsical looking. I like this one. This kind of makes you feel like you're playing inside of a cartoon. And look at the armor. Wow. So it doesn't look like they touched chain much, if at all. But look at the leather and the gold and the iron and the diamond. Those actually look pretty cool. Not going to lie. Got some nice moving water. And the lava actually looks really cool. Look how it's kind of dark. Because that's more, I think, what lava looks like if it's moving slowly. Because it kind of cools off and the heat just kind of keeps pushing it out. But the minecarts look pretty cool. Boats look pretty stock. But overall, this one actually looks really cool. I wouldn't mind playing with this one. All right, guys, we are more than halfway through, and we are now in the number 5 slot. We are in the top 5. This one here is Invictus, and look at the texture of that grass. It completely changed the world. It's actually got some cloudy-looking skies, kind of cool. The sun's just like a little lens flare. That actually looks really cool. And the blocks are very bright and more earthier colors from what I can see. They're not bold colors. They're really kind of flatter and earthier. And I think it kind of adds a similar effect to that last texture pack that we just had on. It kind of makes it more cartoonish when they're specialized colors like this. So this is really nice color choice, but they're kind of dull, and it kind of works well with itself. Look at that. That actually looks pretty cool. You got the rivets and stuff around the end, some diamonds and stuff in there. And the glass actually looks pretty cool. I like how some of these have little crosses in them. Others have, 3x3. This is a 2x2. So kind of cool how they break them up like that. The fences look pretty nice. Actually, that stuff all looks pretty nice. I like the colors. It doesn't change it a lot. It just makes it look it makes everything kind of fit well together. I think this texture pack would be great. Look at the flowers. They did an awesome job on the flowers on this one. This is pretty crazy. The mushrooms and the flowers, all that stuff looks really, really cool. They put a lot of time and detail into those. We've got even more stuff down here. But I think if you use this on a map where you wanted everything just to kind of fit together, I think the colors that they used would actually help it work like that. You know, things that might not normally work together could work really well together in this texture pack. And now they've got all the doors done, which looks really, really nice. That one there is kind of cool how they changed it out with like a little lattice effect going on there. Your water is almost completely clear, which is kind of nice. And your lava is just a flowing orange. And the armor, that looks pretty cool. So the leather, not anything too special going on there. The gold is nice. You got a little crown or something going on there. Iron and your diamond. Diamond's got a lot more detail. So kind of cool. Actually, this is a really nice looking texture pack. Some of the other stuff in here. Sticky piston, TNT. All very cool looking stuff. I like the color choices overall about this one. All right, now this one is a 1.7.10 texture pack. And this one is called Ozone Resources. Now, I'm not sure how many of these are actually loading correctly. A lot of this stuff looks kind of default. I guess there is a little more detail in this one. Like some of this stuff has some more detail. Like this here, the lapis block looks kind of crazy. But overall, you know, if I saw someone doing a video of this, except for some of these ones that really stand out, I wouldn't really be able to tell that they have a texture pack on, because a lot of this stuff looks pretty bland. So for this one to be in the number 4 slot, I don't really see it. I guess maybe because it's 1.7.10 and there are a lot of people that still use that, but it kind of seems like there'd be other ones that would pass this one. So again, guys, I'm not the one rating these ones. I'm actually going off of the total monthly downloads on these from the Curse website, which again, all the description or all the links to all the texture packs are in the description below. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised about this one, that it doesn't look a lot better. I figured as we got along, it would just keep getting better and better and better. But I don't know, this one, I guess, kind of breaks the mold a little bit. Maybe it's just not loading correctly because it's 1.10. I might have to head over to 1.7 later on and give it a shot. But I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. All right, guys. Now, you probably can't see much right now, and that is because I am using an Xray texture pack. This is the number 3 most downloaded texture pack out of all texture packs. And how this texture pack works is basically it makes all blocks invisible except for the edges, except for blocks that you'd want to go hunting for. So any of the ores, sponges, because obviously you can find sea temples with those, diamond blocks, things that people would actually want to go and find. So, you know, there's really not much to see with this one, And that's pretty much the point. People usually use this when they're mining and they want to find diamond ore, because if you're way back here, normally you'd never be able to see through all these blocks, but you can see that there's diamond ore over here. And that's what people use this one for. You can see there are a lot of things that it does not turn invisible, like a lot of the entity stuff and the doors and boats and stuff like that. But I'm not a cheater. I don't really use this. I would find this so confusing. I've tried running around a world with this on, which normally there's lots of hills, and you can't see anything. You're constantly like, you'll be jumping in a corner and not realize it's like a 5-block tall corridor. So you're like, oh, let me go this way. I don't have fun with Xray texture packs, but for whatever reason, a lot of people keep using these on our server, and it just gives us a reason to ban them. I mean, guys, if you Xray, it is cheating. This was not part of the game for a reason. You should not have the ability to go and find different resources like this. It's definitely cheating, so don't use this one, guys. I mean, if you're in a single-player world or playing with just your friends on a private server, do what you want, but if you're on a public server, don't cheat to win. Doesn't mean you're a good player, it just means you're a cheater. All right, in the number 2 slot, guys, we have Faithful, which is a 1.10.2 texture pack, and this one is pretty cool looking. I don't know if it's just me or if it's a texture pack, but it kind of makes everything look a little bit blurry. Like that there looks fuzzy to me. A lot of the way they did some of the edges on here just makes the texture pack, it makes me feel like I need to like squint my eyes to look at this one. I mean, it definitely looks cool. They did a lot of detail work in a lot of these textures, but up close on a lot of this stuff, it really kind of messes with your eyes. Maybe if you play with this one long enough, it kind of gets better looking, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this one. I think they did a really nice job with everything, but not a ton of variation from what everything originally looked like. I guess it kind of just smooths things out a little bit. Didn't really do much with the armor. The water kind of looks stock. The lava kind of looks stock. Just, I guess they put a lot of slight detail in here. I don't know. I don't really see a huge reason why this is the number 2 most downloaded pack. I really don't. I mean, don't hate me, guys, for... Whoop, it's raining. There we go. No more rain. Anyways, guys, so don't hate me if this is one of your favorite texture packs. I just don't know if I could use this. It looks really blurry to me, and it looks kind of stock, which I know it's not stock, and it has way more detail than a stock texture pack, but I don't know. I guess I'm not seeing the love here. I'm sorry, guys. All right, everyone, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the number 1 pick for top most downloaded Minecraft texture pack on the Curse website currently. It supports 1.10.2, and this is the Soartex Fanver. Now, this one here definitely, in my opinion, lives up to the hype. This texture pack is actually really, really cool. Let's just first take a look at all the textures here, and they did a really nice job between combining a realistic looking texture with a whimsical cartoony looking texture, because everything has a lot of detail, but it also has like a little bit of bubbliness, a little bit of bounciness to it. Like if I were to jump on this in real life, I feel like it would be fun. It looks like a giant cushion. Like I would love to jump on this thing. It's so cool. And just all the detail that they put into this stuff, it looks kind of like a real, like the Realism 3D pack, but also mixed in with some of those other smoother looking ones that look more cartoony. They have a very earthy palette. You can tell by the colors of everything here. The wool, the glass, everything. Very, very nice color choices. Everything seems to blend very well together. Their attention to detail on all the stuff here. Like, look at these leaves. Look at the trees. And this stuff just looks completely crazy. Every little piece of leaf looks different. You can actually tell them apart. Normally, leaves all kind of look almost exactly the same, but they did an awesome job at making that stuff look cool. You got a little cactus there and just lots of stuff in here. The sunflower looks like an actual sunflower. Pretty sweet. And just a lot of this stuff, the paintings are very cool. They're very, I don't even know what theme those are, but they look pretty awesome. And look at this thing. That looks pretty sick. I wouldn't mind having some of those in front of my house if they wouldn't blow things up, that is. But all the little boxes and stuff here, that actually looks a really awesome little riveted job there. the hopper, and I think this is the dropper, and that's the dispenser. So pretty awesome. Oh crap, and I just pushed the cart into the lava. Rip cart. Moment of silence for the cart. Anyways, the water looks pretty cool. It's mostly clear, light blue color, and the lava, nice orange color. Beam on this looks pretty cool, standard, but nice. But the armor, guys, look at the armor here. The armor looks pretty awesome. This is actually the same armor as one of the ones that we looked at before. I can't remember which one it was, but whoever designed their armor must have designed this armor too, because they look pretty much identical. But guys, so that was the #1 pick of all the top downloaded Minecraft texture packs. So this one, I'm actually really glad. With the last one, with the #2 pick and the #3 pick, I was kind of worried. I was like, you know, if these are the most downloaded texture packs, I don't know what one's going to look like. But one definitely did a great job of being the #1 texture pack here. So let me just fly through this again so you guys can see all the different blocks. And I really hope you like this video. And that is the last one, guys. That is it. That is all 10. Leave a comment below with what texture pack you seem to like the most. Maybe you use one of these. Maybe one of these top 10 texture packs is actually your main texture pack. I know mine was. Mine is the Realism 3D texture pack, and it is pretty much still my favorite. In my book, nothing else really comes close to it. So that's mine, but tell me what your favorite is below. And if it wasn't in this video, leave a name of what the texture pack is, and maybe when I do one of my future videos, I'll do a top fan-picked texture packs, and I'll put yours inside of there. But, so that's it, guys. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you actually liked it and want to see more videos like this. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.